to the program. Brady Dettenburn is here. Welcome, Brady.
Thanks for having
Finals
me.
are in the can, so to
Yep.
speak.
No, but I got some winter classes I gotta take
Straight
care
A's?
of now. Yep. At least I'm pretty sure I haven't got my 1 grade back yet, but
Congratulations. Corey Smith is here. How about you? A plus.
I
plus,
think so.
plus,
Yes,
plus, plus.
After last night's filming of the basketball game, I'll say just A. Not an A plus, but an A.
A solid A.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a game last night. Game 2 of the winter season, and Gettysburg girls were what 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
And just love to shoot the three. One game, they had 16 three-pointers. That's a lot for high school. The next game, 12. I think the next game after that, maybe 9. And then they played a really good team last night, Middletown. They had 4 players in double figures. But they only had 1 three-point field goal. Gettysburg, we think, had 6 or 7.
I'll have to go back to the tapes there, but
Yeah, I have the stat sheet in my car, but only two-point field goals for Gettysburg. So I'm sure they learned a few things. So another 5-1. They're still having a great year. We got them again Thursday.
we'll see if there's any
Fallout.
fallouts or if
Hangover.
they learned anything from
Well, that's,
on
I don't
Monday.
mean
there,
it
yeah.
literally. It's
Yeah.
kind of a metaphor, right? You got to watch what you say here. The FCC is watching. Before we forget, let me do the banner sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
The banner sponsors, what a great group. They help sponsor our programming. They have creative input if they like, and they are really the backbone of what keeps us afloat, helps to pay our regular expenses. And here they are, Adams County Community Foundation, Adams County Sports Hall of Fame, Classic Antique Innovations, Destination Gettysburg, Exchange Club of Hanover, Gettysburg Railway, Adams County Chapter of Trout Unlimited, and UPMC Life Changing Medicine. So thank you to all our current banner sponsors. If you're listening or watching and you'd like to be a banner sponsor, I think it's $80 a month. It's a fantastic opportunity. Give us a call, 717-334-3000, or contact us via our website, communitymedia.net.
And then after trivia, we have the New Oxford Kennerdale game.
Okay.
After trivia, there, I think that's what's.
Game 1. Well, yeah, sometimes we do 2 or 3 games in a week, so we don't just necessarily wait till flies. No match for me. Not as bad as we had a B. At least one B.
A few years ago, we had the Yellow Jackets flying around us there, but a fly, we'll take a fly.
Yo, that fly, it must be on its last legs because it had no response at all. All right, so yeah, anyway, KD at New Oxford. That was a close game.
It
till
was,
half.
at halftime, Brody Holmes got the almost half court there, got the 3, and I believe they're up by 14? It was in the teens there, and then they just ran away with
14 to
it.
3, they outscored them, something like that in the third quarter. But yeah, think about it. The last 2 games we did, the teams that won, balanced scoring, senior dominant. New Oxford boys, 4 seniors in double figures. They're all seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And then Middletown girls, I think their whole starting lineup was seniors. Maybe their top 7 in the lineup are seniors.
And that's without Luke Fry with New Oxford
Right,
there.
right.
So
He's a senior also. So 2 pretty good. I mean, 2 squads that it wouldn't be a push to imagine them being in the district playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, New Oxford's still undefeated. And it was a cool moment because this was a first for us, really. This we've named the player of the game,
Yeah.
but the beauty of technology, I just take my smartphone down and I tape it. There the player is, and it was your call, Tanner Houck, which was a great call because again, he had a career high 18, and you have Brody Holmes and
McGregor was there.
Owen McGregor, and of course Braden Billman. You could have given it to any one of those games. I personally probably would have given it to Billman because he was so active on the defensive end, et cetera. But I didn't tell Tanner Houck that. Like, well, I didn't vote for, And I just, we had a nice little chat, and I said, a career high? He said, I don't know, I don't keep track of that. And then he said, well, probably, yeah. So maybe he did know about it. And then, so as we ended the interview, I didn't even notice it, because I'm just trying to hold the camera, my phone steady, and there, as soon as I shut it off, all his teammates are watching out of the door to the locker room. They're all fully clothed and have their uniforms on still, and they give him a big cheer, and so it
This
was
shows the chemistry of the team there.
Cool
Just kind
moment.
of how they just watch another player get recognized and all that there.
yeah, and that's
So-
kind of we try to do that. We like the underdog or the blue collar lunch bucket mentality, and that's why we gave it to Destiny Gasser last night.
Yes.
They had one girl with 20, another girl with 16, and probably at least 5 or 6 steals. And we think that's the one that's touted as a potential All-State candidate. But then you had Destiny Gasser, the big. I said they only had 1 3. I mean, she had 13 points, 12 rebounds, which really dominated the glass. So little things like that. Well, that's not a little thing, but we appreciate it.
Yeah, I guess that is the 12th or 13th player of the game video there. Because
we
if you
didn't
count
do that one.
with New Oxford, there's 2. So that's where I was
Okay.
kind
yeah,
of
the co-players.
co-player of the game there. Yeah.
What a concept. And then I was thinking of that quote today, Coach Warner, he says, Jack, what's his name, Jack
Rios.
Rios. I want to say Del Rio, but he's an NFL guy. That Jack Rios, he's an interesting cat. That's his quote. So. All right, well, listen, hottest senior sports, any candidates?
I'll let Brady kind of take the floor on this and
We'll go hot seat first.
hot seat. That's
Absolutely. The hot
All
seat
right.
is, we started the hot
Burning.
seat long before Shining Stars. I don't know if that might have been your idea, Corey. Was it?
just a little positivity, kind of the
I would
ebb and
like-
flow there.
I know, but sometimes the hottest seat turns people's careers around.
We try. We try. Sometimes it works. Sometimes,
Motivates them.
yeah.
We don't want to get in that hot seat. Okay, go ahead, Brady.
I'll try to motivate the Carolina Panthers to start playing better. They had a great opportunity. They were coming off a bye, playing the Saints, a divisional game with the Bucks losing on Thursday night, and then they just fell apart. Saints kicked the game-winning field goal, leaving the door open for the Bucks. However, they will play twice in the next 3 weeks, so division is still anyone's. I think believe the records are the same as well.
Yes, which will actually bring me to my hot seat because I got the Tampa Bay Bucks. So one of these teams are going to remain on the hot seat because the Tampa Bay Bucks now have dropped 5 out of their last 6 games. Going into the final 3 games are going against Carolina. So sandwiched in between, they're playing the Dolphins. So you would think the Bucks would have the edge, but the way that Tampa Bay is playing has not been stellar. They had a 14-point lead, with the Falcons and just gave it away. So it's just little things like this. It's not the first time that the Buccaneers, had a lead in this losing streak that they're in. So you look at what's going on. Is it the defense? Is it offense? And
Is Evans back for the Bucks?
that was his first
Yes.
game back in a month and a half.
At least.
So yeah, he was out during the ending of October there. So that was the Monday night game against the Lions. How long he's been out for. So you look at that. You got Evans, you got some weapons, but can they take 2 out of 3? It's basically who's going to win this series. I think tiebreaker goes to Carolina. I have to really dig deep into that.
I think
there.
that's why they're listed on the boards. They must hold it to some tiebreaker edge, like a division record or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting in these next 3 weeks there with Tampa Bay and Carolina. So
What's the most intriguing quest for the playoffs that you see in the NFL as we have, 3 weeks left?
I'll go. I think it's the race for the NFC 1 seed. honestly even the NFC West between the Seahawks, Rams, and Niners. I think that a lot of there's probably 2 of the 3 best teams in the NFL in that conversation right
Three
now.
loss, 4 loss?
Yep.
So the Niners have 4 losses and the other 2 only have 3?
And those 2 play Thursday night as well. Seattle and Los Angeles does. So
Wow.
I think if you win that game, you're the 1 seed. You got to take care of business. But it's going to be very interesting, I think.
You basically have 5 teams that has a shot for the 1 seed. You got all 3 in the NFC West.
Eagles?
Well, the Eagles are
Technically,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're mathematically still alive.
they still have a shot there. It's just so many other teams. They don't have the tiebreaker with the Bears, and you got the
Just don't want to have a collapse.
So you look at how the NFC is squaring up there. You could be a 1 seed or a 7 seed. I mean, just by points where the Bears were a 1 seed, and when they lost to the Packers, they fell all the way down to 7, and now they're up to 2. So it's just this yo-yo effect there. So that's going to be interesting. But I'm going to go most intriguing, maybe not intriguing, but I'm going to go with the 1 seed in the AFC. What Brady was getting ready to mention there. It looks like it's going to be Denver. I think Denver is up basically 2 games because if they're tied with New England, they'll go to Denver. So just kind of seeing
But
can
they
they
went head-to-head?
just by conference
Okay.
record there. So that's going to be intriguing there. But I would probably go with the AFC South is the most compelling because you look at you've got the Jags and Texans. They both split, and it looks like they're both going to have the same divisional records. So I will say that's probably 1B or 1C of these races here.
I'm going to say the Colts, their whole saga this season, shuffling through one quarterback after another. Looks like Daniel Jones has resurrected his career. He goes down, and here we are. 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. Can he lead them? I mean, they had victory in their grasp.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't see how that game ended, but somebody ran. Was it Seattle that beat them?
Goal. Yep.
18-16. That's what
It was all
6
field goals in the
goals?
game. Yeah. So the Colts scored a touch, or not a touch. They scored a field goal. It was a 61-yard field goal that gave them the lead. But
Yeah.
it was 30.
Big kickoff return.
So with
Yeah.
this new kickoff return rule, it puts kickers where you have to kick it in the end zone to get that touchback. It wasn't touchback. They returned it basically up to the 40-yard line where they only need like 15, 20 yards.
get in
And
field goal range.
they got in the field goal range and they kicked the
Kickers
field
now
goal.
are so unbelievably. I mean, this guy Aubrey for the Cowboys. He is unbelievable.
Struggled Sunday night, but
He had 2 missed field goals.
Did he really?
Yeah.
From short?
50 and
51 and 59?
Yeah.
He's been almost an automaton.
Yeah.
Is he a rugby player or
former soccer player at Notre
soccer?
Dame.
Big
But
foot.
he,
it looks like he's barely tapping the ball and it goes 65 yards.
That's what the guys on Sunday night were saying. It's almost like get the wedge and just kind of no effort and
Yeah.
such.
Another fun
there.
fact is he had a carry. They ran a fake. He got 6 yards, and now he has the highest yards per carry in the NFL right now. Just
6
a fun
yards.
fact. Yep.
That's great. Okay.
So what's your shining star there, Jeff?
Shining star. You got Tanner Houck.
There we go.
Low hanging fruit.
I'll take the low hanging
yeah,
fruit local.
And we just put, we have some small towns in Adams County. His big brother is a big star.
A little star,
Florida.
yeah.
So Tanner comes by all that talent, honestly, and but he's got a multi-threat game too because he was stroking threes and he can get to the rack, rebound. So I like the way that New Oxford team, they for the most part share the ball well.
Well rounded.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a lot of, you're right. So, where were we?
Shining stars.
Shining Star. So I said Tanner Houck. Who do you have, Brady?
I'll keep it in the basketball. I'm going to go Radford guard Dennis Parker Jr. He scored a whopping 53 points on Sunday. in a win versus Coppin State. He went 10 for 14 from 3 while also chipping in 8 rebounds. Just crazy performance. 10 threes is insane.
Tell me his name again.
Dennis Parker Jr.
Dennis Parker Jr. How tall?
I do not know that one.
Okay, I'm just thinking if is he a draft
6 foot plus.
prospect?
Yeah.
54 points and
8 rebounds.
8. You say he's a guard?
He is a guard, yes.
That might be a name to remember during March.
Yeah.
March Madness.
Mm.
Well, what do you got, Corey? You got any other
Well,
candidates?
I'm not gonna be on the court side, but I'm gonna go with football. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence. He had a historic game on Sunday against the Jets. I know it was against the Jets, but Trevor Lawrence had 5 touchdowns passing, along with a rushing touchdown, so 6 total touchdowns.
Josh Allen does it every week.
Yeah, but this is the first though. He's the first quarterback to have over 300 yards passing, 50 yards rushing with the 6 touchdowns. So Josh Allen never had that feat.
It's kind of
though.
surprising, too.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, he deserves a shining star from the crew here at Sports Chat. But yeah, I mean, look at him. His college career, magnificent. Clemson, right?
yep.
And first year, I think he had a slump. Was it last year, or he's had a couple of maybe down years? Now he looks like he can
injuries,
fulfill the
too.
promise that he showed in college, and
It
early
looks,
in his career.
It looks like they got the right head coach with with Cohen there, and just kind of letting him just be
Andy Cohen?
Liam Cohen. So it looks like they have the right pieces in mind there, and which brings me back to the AFC South. You got 2 teams that have lengthy winning streaks and look like when the Colts were 7-1, like, hey, the Colts are going to win the division. The Colts are going to get the 1
Jonathan
seed.
Taylor, MVP candidate.
Yeah, that was all the talk there, and that simmered down and not simmered. That talk is mute now. So you look at these teams, and it's just crazy that how great they're doing, and it's just they don't get that talk about because you get the Bills in New England, the Denver, but these teams kind of go under the radar, which I think that the most dangerous team out there is probably Houston.
I agree.
Their defense.
That's a team I do not want to see in the playoffs if I'm an AFC team. Because they can go defense travels, they'll go on the road, play good defense, beat you 17-16 if they have to. So that's a team I fear for sure.
The team that they're playing this week, Houston is playing the Raiders. And you look at what the Raiders did this past weekend, only having
The Eagles would have crushed anybody in their path.
So the Raiders only had
were determined.
75 yards total offense.
And that was the worst total in the NFL since the 50s.
Yeah.
Are we keeping you on?
I mean, talking about the Raiders, yeah. So
The Raiders got me.
We've probably been studying for finals.
I'm curious to see how many sacks will be led, with the Texans defense against that Raiders offense, anemic offense there. I mean, how quickly the game happened on Sunday with the Eagles and the Raiders was like 2.5 hours. So, it could be a quick game.
I know. Yeah, it was. I mean, the Eagles had great time of possession, ball control.
I mean, when you carry the ball 46 times, that's gonna,
Yeah.
really
What were
milk the
Barkley's
clock.
numbers?
I think he was just near 100 yards. I didn't really
Okay.
dive into that there, but I mean, as an Eagle fan, there, are you feeling more confident now that you play the Raiders, or are you still in limbo because?
I have complete confidence. This will not be like 2023 where they were 10-1 and then lost 6 of their last 7.
Yeah.
Because they play the Commanders twice and they have Mariota as now the quarterback. I don't think he brings as much fear as Jaden Daniels, a healthy Jaden Daniels. So I like their chances, especially at home against the Commanders. And then they have Bills at the Bills.
That'll be tough.
It could be a snow game or who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
is
I
that
mean-
Christmas or?
That'll be the week. Well, that'll be the after Christmas games and all
Yeah,
that.
because
there,
they're Saturday at 5, the kickoff, so I know where I'll be. on a couch somewhere. It is exciting, though. What about the Cup, the Emirates Cup tonight? Isn't that, you have to go on Prime to watch it? NBA?
I think so. Yeah.
That would be with the New York Knicks and the
Wemby and Brunson.
San Antonio Spurs there. So, I mean, a lot of people thought, the Thunder were going to win it, and then they lost to the Spurs there in the semis. So,
Yeah, Wemby played 21 minutes.
Off the bench.
Off the bench. So, I mean, how many of those guys have you ever heard of? And then just kind of like Houston was last year, how many of those guys had you ever heard of? And all of a sudden they got good. Now they got Durant, and Spurs, they got good, and now they have Wemby. So, yeah, these are good teams. And obviously, OKC, we were talking about how young they are. I mean, there's a dynasty in the making. Does
And
that
they-
count, the semi counts as it's their second loss of the year, is that right?
Yeah.
Correct.
This game does not count in the record.
that's
just for the
correct. Yeah,
Cup.
just for the Cup there. And this is the third year. That fly wants to be on the show. There we go. Yeah, this is the third year of the NBA Cup there. So,
First just known as the NBA Cup, then they got sponsorship and all those glorious floors.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if I call them glorious, but
colorful?
colorful is for sure.
It's something there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I'm not a big component. I understand the in-season tournament there, but I haven't really got.
What do you understand about it?
I mean, I get
The
it, but
way
I
to
mean
make
for
money? I mean,
yeah, I mean for the pop and and all that there, but it's
Do they need it? That's
don't
like
know.
the All-Star game. I'm so glad, it sounds like it's gonna be salvageable with this USA against the world
Yeah.
format. Because when it's 211 to 190, and nobody
Why?
plays I
Yeah.
can't watch it. We've had this conversation before.
numerous. Yeah,
Now they're having, instead of the Pro Bowl, which was terrible, now they have flag football, hockey. And baseball really is the only
Yeah.
sport where they have some semblance of the game itself in the All-Star game.
yeah. You can't just have let me
Except for the swing off.
this. Yeah, that's a topic for a different day there. But I'm gonna for the NBA Cup. I will go with the Spurs. I'll go with them. I'm not. I thought it would be Thunder.
You tune in?
Maybe a little bit here and there. Off my phone
Starts at
there.
8?
I think 8.
Okay. Well, you viewers at home, you can watch trivia and then get ready for the Emirates Cup.
I guess going back to football there, we had some big injuries over this past weekend, which
Yeah.
one of which, I mean, both of them having the same injury with the ACL. You got Mahomes and Parsons being out for the season with ACL. I think Mahomes had the LCL as well.
That's Mahomes. What about Auto? Is he going to retire? Is he going to retire?
I mean, we could have saw the last pass to Mahomes to Kelsey there, Mahomes, so.
Andy Reid, I put Andy for the hot seat. Andy Reid, question mark? Could he be? I don't think they would. You couldn't fire him. KC
could
wouldn't
retire.
fire him.
Yeah.
He could retire and go into the sunset there, but
Well, he's going to go into the Hall of Fame first, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, you look at that, and then with Parsons being out for the season, I think that
It hurts the Packers' chances.
I look at the Packers, going into that game with Denver. I mean, it was a great back and forth game. I don't look at them as a Super Bowl contender now. I look at them as a playoff team, but not that defense is going to take a hit. It's not just Parsons.
Chain reaction.
They could lose Watson. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
one
other
guy,
injuries.
one guy can make. We talked about this. Like, great job by the Steelers without T.J. Watt, and the Eagles might get Lane Johnson back, the right tackle. I mean, anybody who knows anything about football knows how important line play is, and without Lane Johnson, the Eagles' record is something like 12-27, something like that. So.
Yeah.
That's big, but, like you said, it has a chain reaction. And when you don't have Parsons, it changes everything. And teams are loading up to stop Barkley, and I imagine that's what happened with KC with the Colts. They tried to stop Jonathan Taylor, and then now they may be doing that, and the Colts don't have the firepower, so.
Now, before we get to our caller, what do you think is the most marquee matchup for Week 16? Because there is a plethora of games. I mean, you got Seattle and the Rams this
I
Thursday.
guess that's gotta be it right there.
You got Packers and Bears,
Eh.
which, the winner of that will have
Where's that
control-
game?
in Chicago, which it won't be frigidly cold where they played the Browns. You got, Bucks and Panthers, Pittsburgh and Detroit, New England and Baltimore is, the games that I slated
Yeah,
as.
really, I like those, you never know in the NFL, but Ravens, Pats, this would be a big step up for the Pats if they could defeat the Ravens in a game that really, really counts, because they're
Yeah.
still, the Bills could still catch them,
Yeah.
correct?
And they're trying to get that 1 seed with Denver. So,
Everybody thinks, the Ravens have turned it around, and then they'll have to take a step back, so can they sustain it? They were what, 1-3 at one time, or 1-5?
I think 1-5.
1-5.
5, yeah.
Yeah. Which is hard to believe.
What do you think is the most marquee?
I think that the Rams and Seahawks definitely, but I wouldn't look too far into the results of that game, just because obviously it's a Thursday night game, low preparation. Devontae Adams will most likely be out for the Rams, so I still think the Rams win that one because of their ability to run the ball. But I like the Chicago and Green Bay game because this is the Green Bay's test. Green Bay beat them, I think, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
By 7?
Yeah, they're playing 2 times in a span of 13 days. So.
Yeah, and with those injuries, it's the Bears' chance to say, hey, we are legit. We are going to be a good team in the playoffs. This is their chance to prove it, so.
I'm going to go, I would have said, Green Bay and Chicago, but I'm going to go with Pittsburgh and Detroit.
I like that also.
You look at Pittsburgh, yeah, they won last night, against Miami, which a team that has
Great play calling. They were really creative. I don't know where the gull is. And what another great game for Rodgers.
Yeah, and you look at the game last night against Miami that, they had a winning streak, but it just kind of went, they were playing teams that are in their level. But you look at Detroit, they're in a must win. They have to win out and have Chicago lose, and then, Detroit and Chicago played the last week of the regular season. So you look at both teams being 8-6, but in a different 8-6. You got Pittsburgh leading the division by a game, and you have Detroit on the outside looking in the NFC playoffs. So
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. The Lions seem like they should be a playoff
Yeah.
team. When you watch them play, what's their Achilles heel?
it's just
Secondary.
the secondary, and not cashing in on point, and then just the fourth downs. That's not the main reason why they're at where they're at. And I think you're going to have to win 10 games to win or to get into the NFC playoffs. And where they're at, they're on the outside looking in. And the AFC North is just a down year. When you have Pittsburgh being 8-6 and the Ravens being 7-7, it's just one of those. Usually, that team or that division winner is going to be double digits. So it's just one of those years where it's just kind of a little fluky there. But the loser of that game is, Pittsburgh loses that game, they're not out of it. But Detroit loses that game, they're done. So
I got on the Pittsburgh theme, shining stars, the Steelers tight ends.
yes.
They
Washington, that's
first
like
time-
300 pounds.
Yeah, he's a handful, or 2 handfuls, whatever. But it was the first time that there were 2 rushing touchdowns by tight ends in the same game in NFL history.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Jonnu Smith, and I think, yep.
And they had their own version of the tush push.
Yeah.
And the Eagles ran a fake tush push. Hey, is that Robert? Okay, we'll get him on here in a second, but with Robert, we did this thing I thought was kind of fun a couple weeks ago, and see where we are now. We said in or out, and I'll tell you, Jacksonville. Obviously, Robert said out. Corey and I sit in, you would agree they're a pretty good path to the playoffs?
Yep.
Okay, and then we had Texans. Robert says out, Corey and I said in. I mean, they're like you said, they're looking like they're gonna be in. Chiefs, we all had them out. We were
They're
Oh, that was
clairvoyant.
good.
They're officially out.
They're done.
They're donezo.
The Bills, we all said they were gonna be in. But Robert said Colts to win AFC South.
I think they're 50-1 odds of that happening. So they have a pulse, but
And
very,
you said
very.
Colts to miss playoffs.
That's looking.
Yeah. It's more than a remote possibility.
That was
right now.
before we knew about Philip Rivers.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So now it pushes back his Hall of Fame eligibility 5 years.
2031.
I mean, apparently he was a semifinalist. I don't know if you have the kind of two different tiers like baseball.
They go from 26 and they narrow it down to 15, and then they go
Yeah.
from there. So he was, a semifinalist to be, in discussion to be in the class of 2026. So
I'm segueing to baseball, but Jeff Kent gets in.
into
And-
the era's,
Yeah.
committee.
Yeah, and which Phillies fans say, hey, the metrics are there to get Shea Sutley in the Hall of Fame someday. How about Jimmy Rollins? But that's fodder for another day. Hey, Robert, are you still with us?
Now he is.
Robert, how are you? Did you have a happy birthday?
I guess the rains have made it.
Corey, can you help me?
That baby for the weekend
I couldn't catch all that.
at the Giant Center on Monday night.
Oh, you were? Okay, I think I saw something on Facebook. Giant Center. What were you doing there?
Watching Monday Night Call.
Ouch. Did you get involved?
And also, thank you for your birthday wishes.
Birthday wishes.
Thank you for the
Oh, of course, son. Why wouldn't I remember your birthday? But I do love that about Facebook. It is slightly helpful. There's a lot of birthdays to keep track of out there.
It's true.
And some you're like, well, I don't really know this person well enough to. You want to talk about the Broncos? Go ahead.
I said, how about those Denver Broncos?
They looked really good on Sunday. Big win. Bo Nix played, I think, in my opinion, his best game of his career. Huge win against the Packers.
3
in line-
touchdowns there, yeah.
in line to be the 1 seed, assuming that they don't fall apart and the Patriots don't get hot again. But so
Is he
huge.
a legit MVP candidate, Bo Nix?
Not this year, but
Yeah, in the
he,
future, I think so.
if he,
What about
I
Josh
mean,
Allen this year?
I
No?
think it's Stafford, and I think he has to have 3 bad games for that, and then
What a receiving core he has, though. I mean, this guy Nakua, he's unbelievable.
he's got
Yeah.
Puka, he's got and then looking at the
Devontae.
backfield, you
Yeah,
know, you got,
Devontae Adams is kind of an afterthought when you got see what.
and then this Blake Corum's coming alive with the
Yeah.
last
Oh,
recent
yeah,
weeks
yeah.
there. With with Williams as well, so it's
Yeah.
just lots of weapons offensively, which
know.
that's why I think Stafford's going to get the MVP nod there. I think
Eagles were lucky to beat them in the snow. Remember that game last
Yeah.
year?
Yep, that could have went either way there.
Hey, Mr. Chris.
Yes, sir.
Also, I'm excited because the Kansas City Chiefs are no longer in the play.
Yeah, you called it, buddy. I guess they're going to have some changes. What's their biggest need?
They need a head coach.
Oh, wow. Is Andy Reid a Hall of Fame coach?
No,
Okay.
yeah,
Of course not yet. He's still coaching. You can't get in while you're still doing your thing. You got to give it perspective. All right. So, what else you got, Robert?
So what's the odds of the Chargers winning the first round of the playoffs?
They kind of mirror their gritty coach. I mean, I don't like Harbaugh necessarily, but he does get results.
It just depends on matchups. I mean, I want to be redundantly. I mean, right now, looking at the Chargers would be a 5 seed playing the 4 seed, which that would be Pittsburgh.
I like them in that
Just
matchup.
it all depends on where they fall. I mean, we said about the Bears from them falling from 1 to 7 to 7 to 2. It is very fluid. I mean, they could fall all the way down to 7, or they could be out of the playoffs, the Chargers. So they could be a 7 playing Denver, or they could be 7 playing Jacksonville. It's so hard to say where they will be in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So matchup wise, I think if they're playing Pittsburgh, I like their chances.
I agree.
Hey, let's go low-hanging fruit. Should we go Coach Moore for hottest seat in
Yes.
sports?
I think
Sharon Moore?
Yeah, for I guess many reasons we can stay there. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Mr. Cook,
Yes.
if they're going to get the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steelers will win that game.
Over the Lions?
No.
Oh, the hypothetical match.
if it's,
Okay, well,
Chargers
we don't,
and
let's not really deal in hypotheticals.
Yeah.
What about, well, can the Steelers, are they going to Detroit?
that is in Detroit. There, yes.
Can they go to Detroit and beat the Lions?
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think at the end of the day, I think Detroit wins that game.
Okay.
Jameer Gibbs has scored 3 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns, 3-0, 3-0, and he had 0 last week.
It's the roller coaster effect.
So Jameer Gibbs 3 touchdowns and the Lions by double digits is what I'm going to say.
And looking at it, the Lions are 7-point favorites with Pittsburgh.
So you guys both say the Lions,
Yeah.
but you say Steelers will beat the Lions, Robert?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hey, Mr. Cook,
the Steelers, sometimes they surprise your expectations. They've won a few games where you didn't expect them to have a chance.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
and then by next week, the Dallas Cowboys will be going.
Oh, they're basically
they going?
already.
Oh, is that team up for sale? Big loss to the Vikings. I was happy. That was a big loss.
I think they said Dallas's chances is 1%, and you look at
1%.
1%. They have to win. The only way they can make the playoffs now is they have to win out, and the Eagles have to lose out because the Cowboys can't get a wild card spot. So they're kind of wedged in where the Commanders have to sweep
So
the
if the Eagles can, their magic number is 1. So if they beat the Commanders on Friday,
That or a Cowboys loss as well.
Yeah.
They got the Chargers this week, so.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to win that game.
Yeah.
If you're the Eagles, you don't want to back in. Go ahead, Robert.
And also, I'm seeing the Kitty Cats will get in too.
the Panthers. I'm guessing the Kitty Cats is. You
Could be the
look.
Jaguars.
That's
The Kitty Cats.
yeah. You look at the NFC. It's just basically the 2 teams outside looking in is the Lions, which they can get in as a wild card or division, more or less with a wild card. It's going to take like tiebreakers and all that there. Carolina, they're 7-7. For them to get a wild card is basically impossible just because of tiebreakers, and they have to leapfrog other teams there, and other teams have to lose out. So you look at that, it's just kind of the bare bones there, and then the AFC is about the same. You got the Ravens outside looking in, and then the Colts basically has to they can leapfrog Houston, but other than that, we basically have the playoff field. It's just seeding purposes.
Are the Vikings mathematically alive?
They're out.
They're out.
Yeah,
okay.
with the
But they're
Bears
6
win,
and 8, but yeah.
with the Bears win over the Browns, that eliminate the Vikings. So it's
Well, then McCarthy must have had a good game against Dallas.
yeah, he actually did the gritty, scoring a touchdown,
Yeah.
at the 1
Is
yard
that
line.
the gritty?
He tried doing the gritty, but it wasn't.
Everybody
the
seemed
gritty.
to know what it
Yeah.
was. Okay. Hey, he's doing the gritty.
Hey, Corey,
Yes.
so what the Indianapolis Colts getting in?
I say very small. I mean, from what I saw from Phillip Rivers and their gauntlet of teams that they're facing, they're playing the Niners on Monday night, and then they play Houston and Jacksonville. I don't really see a win in those cards. If so, maybe the Niners, but they don't have the pieces, and Phillip Rivers doesn't have the arm. He managed the game. They almost beat Seattle, but only throwing 120 yards passing. He can't throw the deep pass.
He's a grandfather. Go
Yeah.
easy on him.
Oh, yeah, I'm just stating facts. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And Corey,
Yes.
There's now 3 quarterbacks under 40s.
and I'm not saying they will not be in the hitter.
No Colts in the playoffs?
No coach.
All right. All right. Since we only have a few minutes left, college football playoff predictions. We got
Notre Dame got hosed, or did we talk about that
I'll
last week?
say I have kind of a hot take going off that.
Yeah.
I think that the committee actually did a great job with the seeding, or the teams that got in, because when you look at the end of the day, Miami beat Notre Dame, so Miami deserved to be in.
That was week 1. So, like, the whole rest of the season means nothing?
But still, you got to compare the teams.
Okay.
And then I think that Alabama deserved to be in because they have played a much tougher schedule and had much more quality wins than Notre
There been
Dame.
3 lost teams in the 12-team playoff before?
last year with Clemson.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Address the further injustices.
I just
You
think
have a few minutes.
I think that they did a good job at the end of the day because you can't punish a team for going to the conference championship when Notre
Tulane?
Dame's not in a conference. So
Did Tulane get in?
Tulane
did.
and James Madison's in
Yeah,
the
James
playoffs.
But-
Madison?
because if
Give me
Virginia
that.
wins the ACC, the JMU would have been out. So
Yeah, well, that didn't happen. What?
Mr. Cook,
Yes, sir.
so, I'm gonna say this. So my name will be related as a, computer.
A computer like IBM, ENIAC, something like that? All right, well, we'll be on the lookout for you. You think you have a shot of winning tonight?
I might. I looked at it one time, this season.
I know, this might be your lucky night. Bragging rights for a whole week. You can't go wrong. Hey, Brady, been great having you as always. Anything else on your agenda we need to cover?
no, I'll just say my prediction. I think Indiana wins it all in college. So
Well, who expected them to beat Ohio State?
I was surprised with that outcome there, but it was a well-played game all the way through there with being 13-10 there. One last point there before we head out there, some baseball news. I was surprised that the Orioles were able to sign big name offseason splash there with Pete Alonso, 5 years, $155 million.
$5 million more than Schwarber got,
Yeah,
right?
and then Schwarber
Schwarber's
got,
cool.
for 5 years there. So,
Yeah.
Schwarber's staying in Philly, which, it's going to be interesting over the years with Harper and Schwarber, with the DH and all that there. But, that'll be discussion, 3 years from now. So, but yeah, that was,
Harper did start as a catcher in youth baseball or something. I don't think you would put him back there. Will they sign Real Muto? We're running out of time, but there's great stuff to talk about.
and then also the Phillies signed outfielder Adolis Garcia to a 1-year
Was he
deal.
on the Astros? The World
The
Champions?
Rangers.
Rangers.
So
Oh,
he
he
had
was
a
on the
down
Rangers,
season
okay.
last year, but this is more of a
Yeah, a
get
mere
right.
10 million.
so.
1 year deal.
Yeah, 1-year deal. So does that mean Castellanos is gone? Everybody seems to think so, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think
how
the
it plays
writing
out.
might be on the wall there, but
Yeah.
we shall see a little bit there. But
All right, well, stay tuned for trivia in just 15 minutes. Take a break, get a snack lined up, and be ready to do battle with the greatest minds in the universe. Thanks to Sean Garrett, as always. Good to see Steve in here, and the whole part of the family was here tonight. So great to see everybody. Brady, feel free. Next, we're going to be on the 23rd, right, Corey? We'll be here.
Might be some singing, but we shall see.
Yeah, sure. Carols, Christmas carols, it is
Yeah.
that time of year. Okay, parting thought, shout out.
Just thank you for having me.
Thank you. We'd love to have you anytime. Sore subject, but You have at least a month off before you have to come?
January 20th, I think is when classes start.
All right,
So we
so
got
that's,
some time.
that's a month. You'll be ready to go back by then.
Yeah.
It's right after the national championship game.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, well, anytime you're still home, feel free to show up.
Sounds
We
good.
got some other tricks up our sleeve. I was here by myself last week and nobody called either, so I drifted a little bit, but.
I did send a text. I kind of
Yes, you did. Thank you. I appreciated that. So, all right, with that, we'll bid you all fond adieu and hope to see you next Tuesday and every Tuesday here on Sports Chat. Good night, everybody. Mahalo. Happy holidays.
On your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born.